Howdy, everybody, and welcome to the very first episode of the Debauchery Circus Campaign of 2022. I'm Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and GM, and joining me around the virtual table today are Brandie, Brie, John, Jr., and Steven. Say hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. I'm happy to announce that we are finally back to our regular streaming schedule here on the Random Rhapsody Network. Mondays, we have the Debauchery Circus campaign at 3 p.m. The Fab 5 campaign is at 7 p.m. And on Wednesdays, we have our random game night at 7 p.m. as well. I'm also happy to announce that our next one-shot is going to be on Sunday, February the 13th at 4 p.m. Central Time. If you enjoy our content here on Random Rhapsody, you can help support us and everything we do by subscribing to us here on Twitch and on YouTube, and by following the links. And you can do so by following the links in our About section. You can also follow us on Twitter as @random_Rhapsody and on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV. Okay, that should do it for the announcements. So join us as we dive into the world of Loroupa and continue on with the adventures of the Debauchery Circus. And we're back. So when we last left off, the Debauchery Circus had infiltrated the town of Coltrast under the guise of an actual circus sent by the king to provide entertainment for the town's populace. After returning to the inn, Ichabod utilized his skills in ambidexterity to make up the flyers they would be posting around town, while Blaznir and Shokan assisted Cameron in attuning to the dream seed they had recovered from the necromancers in Dusk Hollow. During this process, Cameron discovered that the seed resonated not only with the fragments of seeds some of them possessed, but with something a few miles away, something much larger, and that seemed to be interconnected with a much larger system that almost felt like roots. He also determined that the seed could be used to enhance nature-based magic, such as what Blaznir could produce. The next day, the squad decided to split up to accomplish several tasks. Ichabod went to the Temple of the Five to confer with the priest there. Shokan and Edmund set about passing out flyers, and Blaznir, Cameron, and Willow set out to scout out the mansion of their old nemesis, Sir Portlion. While Willow distracted the guards in the front gate with a drunken fool routine, Blaznir wild-shaped into a spider and snuck into the mansion to explore it. During this reconnaissance, another of the circus's acquaintances arrived to converse with the knight. Mildred Valcon, once the Grand Chancellor of the Court Northamia, was now in Coltrast and was clearly working with Lord Veritude and his Star Knights. Blaznir was able to eavesdrop on the pair in his spider form, learning quite a few things about what is currently going on within Coltrast and a little bit of the politics between the knights. He would have stuck around to listen more, but Mildred's gazer familiar came very close to spotting him, and the druid decided not to press his luck. He scurried out of the mansion as quickly as his 8 legs would take him, and the circus regrouped once again to head back towards the town square. And so, Debauchery Circus, you've all made your way back to the center of the lower town of Coltrast. You have a few hours still before the appointed time of your performance, so you will all busy yourselves by gathering up all of the circus's equipment off of the wagons. As the work begins, a question comes to each of your minds. And that question is, what location encountered in the campaign has your character felt the most at home in, or just generally liked the most? And since Ichabod is the one who rolled it, why don't you go ahead and go first?
I think it would be Turna, because Turna was a very small town, and it was mostly humans there. And Ichabod's village is a very small, tight-knit community, all humans. So it just felt comfortable. The big city is not where he usually goes.
Okay, I dig it. Shokan, why don't you go next?
I think her favorite place would be, was it the monastery where the fight happened? The arena fight thing.
You're talking about the
conclave.
Erudite Conclave.
Yeah, that. I think that's where she would have liked the most, because she was kind of shining there, especially when she won overall.
Okay, I dig it. Yeah, the Conclave is kind of an interesting place. They have their own little group of training adventurers, and a lot of them are basically just blown up academics who've gotten into archaeology. So they're an interesting group.
And she hasn't found the Master Monk's monastery yet, so that's probably going to be her next. That'll probably be her favorite when she gets there.
Who knows? Well, we'll find out, I guess. Willow, how about you?
When she heard that Fontaine in the group knew Shadowfire, and that he was just a couple days behind technically. So I guess that cave is where I felt most home.
Okay, I like it. Blaznir, how about you?
Performing in taverns, usually.
So any tavern, doesn't really matter which one?
No, not really.
Okay, that's fair. Cameron, you're up.
Well, he would originally say the college, but as of the moment, he's not really sure. Considering that they've been acting very suspicious as of late.
Well, I suppose that's one way to look at it. I like it. Okay. So, it takes you all the better part of an hour to set up the large, round tent that is striped in bright lines of red and yellow. Edmund has done a very good job of securing the things you all might need, including segmented poles that, when put together, gives your circus tent a nice 15 feet of height to it. Ropes keep the tent secured around its circumference, and there is another flap at the entrance that is held up by another couple shorter poles, giving a little bit of an awning for people to walk underneath and into. From there, Cameron and Edmund, in his dwarf form, set up the rotating wheel. Shokan situates her weights and a platform for her to stand on, as well as a large tightrope set across a couple 10-foot tall posts with ladders going down and a long taut pole or taut rope in the middle of it. Ichabod, you also have another smaller platform that you can set up and MC from. By the time you're all done with this, which actually on the map here, if you want to kind of walk around, you can actually see what I set up inside the tent for y'all. Ignore the people, though.
Yeah.
But
this is what it'll be like when we have people.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
But I just wanted you'd be able to see what's actually in there.
Mm-hmm.
By the time you're all done with this and you all head outside the tent once again, you discover that you've gained a bit of an audience out among the town square. In the time that you've been working, lines of streamers have apparently been strung up along the sides of the buildings lining the square, and even more between the buildings along the main road throughout the square. There's maybe 20 or 30 town people watching your group with great interest. some with copies of your flyers in their hands, while others openly pointing and gawking, while a few shopkeepers seem to be up on ladders, stringing up those little streamers and things like that. Most of them are pale-faced men and women, humans, dwarves, and halflings, intermingled with a few various other races, though those aren't nearly as prevalent as the first three I mentioned. Most are clad in the same dusty and tattered wool that you've seen most of the people in this town wearing, though occasionally you do notice a nicer coat or boots among the crowd. Some people seem to be spiffing themselves up a bit, encouraged by the first fair or circus they've probably ever seen in their lives. Most, among these people here, you also spot a few of the town's militiamen in their green cloaks and their dark chainmail. Some are watching the tents, while others in groups of 2 or 3 are talking low to one another. You see maybe 1 or 2 walking away from other groups as well. The skies above are starting to darken finally. There's a low layer of clouds above the town that softly obscures the descending sun and adds a bit of gloom over the whole proceeding. But at Debauchery Circus, what are you all wanting to do?
I would like to gesture for everybody to kind of huddle up out of the prying eyes of all the people who are watching. Everybody, come in.
What? Oh, sorry. I was.
Come on.
Oh, I was huddling with everyone else. I'm sorry.
All right. So are we totally clear? Is there anything else that we need to talk about before we begin this charade?
What is not allowed in the circus?
Very little is not allowed. Try not to kill anybody or burn the place down.
So no explosive.
Doable.
Yeah, no, and we don't want to bring the ire of these guards and whatnot. We're still trying to keep a low profile. This is a morale thing.
Well, that negates like half the stuff I was gonna do, but
Yeah, we're not trying to go from circus into fight if we can help it. If we have to, then we'll see what happens. But that brings me to another thing. Our activity after the circus, how are we planning? Are we just wanting to leave and head straight there? Are we going to regroup?
For what reason?
What do you mean? I'm just wondering. So you vote.
We need to regroup.
Do you vote that we just head straight there after circus? Like, are we going to take this stuff down or no?
We can take it down later.
All right.
We'll say I'm going to be using some of my spells during the circus, so it's kind of like, probably
Yeah. So
I don't know how the circus thing is gonna.
Do you want to take a short rest post circus?
Well, that won't help with my spells. But if it's only a short rest, there's no reason to do a short rest after circus. So.
All right. Well then, everybody, just do your best out there.
All right. Is this circus thing happening tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make have we had a long rest after that for the mansion thing? I don't think so.
Strength.
But because I have a use of wild shape.
Was it when we came back last time, was it that the circus was happening that night or the next night? I don't remember.
Matt, did we get a long rest?
It's been a while.
You got a long rest that morning, and then you all went out to do your various things. Then you went over to Portlion's mansion, and you did your exploration and all that, and then you came back here and started setting up the tent.
So then all that damage I still have. Got it.
Yes.
Because Yeah, I couldn't remember if we had planned the circus to be that night or if it was going to be the following night.
That's what you put on the flyer.
Okay.
Join us for the Circus of Wonder tonight. The show begins at 1700 hours in the big top in the square. Now, I assume you meant today, but if you're wanting it to happen tomorrow,
No, it's
up
fine.
to you. It's your story. It's your game. You can do it however you
I
want.
just couldn't remember because it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks since we've played.
So I guess I'm not really missing spells and stuff.
I'm missing a wild shape, which means because I am going to have my little pet here perform with me, so I'm not going to have him during whatever we're doing afterwards.
How long does he last for?
An hour.
An hour. Okay.
I got the shit kicked out of me.
Well, to be fair,
well, I'm sure we can take a
Whose fault is that?
A short rest before the circus itself.
Well, next time I'll let you guys get caught then.
You did. I'm sorry, but you did absolutely nothing to help me out.
Yeah.
Well, that would be a first time that I didn't help you not get caught.
I didn't get caught.
So we can take a short rest prior to the circus itself.
Yeah, absolutely.
And get some hit dice.
Willow pulls out a list of every time that she had to get him out of trouble and starts listing all the time.
Please,
let's
hear that list. Come on.
How about we start with when you kidnapped him and put him in a headlock?
All right, everybody. We need to focus up. Y'all are living in the past, and we need to live in the right now. So everybody,
thought that a little girl kicked his ass.
Everybody break. Go to your respective places.
I was being
rest up.
I knocked on the door, made sure, just wanted to threaten you. I was
children.
Alright, let's spend some hit dice then if we're doing a short rest.
Yeah, you got as much time as you want. You probably got about 2 hours before the start of your circus. So you have as much time as you want to do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
But after getting the tent and everything set up, you all kind of head back inside of it and finish pittering around, getting whatever you need to do to set up for the circus. You can all take a long rest, so feel free to roll whatever hit dice you need to.
Yeah.
Not long, short.
Yeah, short
rest.
rest, sorry.
On a short rest, so I realize I get that back. Okay, cool.
You get what back?
My wild shape on a short rest.
Oh, you do? Hey. Man, this guy complaining for nothing.
Well, I still have 2 second level down, but
yeah, it's all right.
I'll be fine. What do I use second levels on?
Polymorph? I don't know. No, polymorph's third
Fourth level.
Fourth level, yeah.
Oof.
No, you use the second level 4.
Oh well.
Anyway.
I just used my wit and charms. Saved all my spell slots. Okay.
So after about an hour or so of rest, you all realize that there is a bit of a commotion going on outside. Willow, being the front doorman and the security, you head over to the tent flap and look out to see quite a few people gathering up around the entrance to the tent. Some of them have flyers, others don't. You can see men and women, children as well. Some old, some in the middle years, some very, very young, some babes in their mother's arms. All of these people waiting with odd sort of anticipation. Curious about whatever this circus is going to be and whatever it is your group's going to do.
We can give all the remaining flyers to Willow so that she can give them to anybody who's just kind of curious and doesn't have one.
So, Willow, it's on you. What are you wanting to do?
Willow will walk in front, the front end of the entrance, handing out flyers, trying to get people to come in.
Take your seats.
Okay, I dig it.
Can we play circus music?
Let's see. Do I have
I
circus
mean-
music?
I'm okay if we just play the Greatest Showman soundtrack.
No, because that'll get us DMCA'd.
Yeah.
I was joking.
They don't joke. They bring
Alright.
legal action.
I think we can afford it.
You have fun with that.
What? No, I don't. I have nothing to do with this. That's all on you guys.
Yeah, it was all Blaznir's idea. He was the mastermind.
I have my own music playing. Thank you very much.
All right, everybody, take your seats. The show is about to begin.
As Willow throws back the curtain and starts shuffling people in, you see quite a few people beginning to fill around the edges of the tent. Under Willow's command, she starts filing people to the left and to the right, leaning up against the edge of the tent and filing inward till you have probably a good 2 or 3 rows of people in total crowding around the center of this large tent. There towards the front, you can see the little platform you had raised, Ichabod, for you to stand on to MC. Yep.
Cool.
You can see the winding wheel over there where Cameron is ready to be set up. You can see the high wire towards the back and Shokan's weights to one side, and everyone seems to be really looking at the group, interested, and in deep anticipation. You can see a lot of looks that you actually haven't seen on a lot of these people before. You can see smiles, you can see a lot of really excited looks, which almost look to some of these people like their faces are cracking a bit, because these muscles have not been used in so long.
Are there any guards inside the tent?
Make a perception check.
Sure. 14.
Okay. Scanning around with a 14 as you stand next to your little platform, you do see there are a few guards, which I just kind of put right down here.
All right. So they just look. Do they just look like they're curious, keeping an eye on things,
Yeah, you
or are
see.
they giving me a glare?
So you see a group of 4 towards one side of the tent. You see another 1 or 2 kind of spread out throughout the crowd. A couple of them towards the back just look like they're actually chatting with a person next to them. One has a small child in his hands, almost like as though like, oh my god, my family just drugged me to this.
My kid made me come,
Yeah, you can see a little bit of that, but that group of 4 down to the southeast,
serious.
they seem a lot more serious face.
All right.
The one in front is kind of scowling a little bit, has his arms crossed. The one of them behind is kind of whispering in his ear a little bit and giving you who's standing in front a bit of a, not an evil eye, but a bit of a dark glower.
All right. I take note of it in my mind.
Are there any undead amongst the crowd or anything like that?
There are not.
Okay, good.
Sweet.
Love
All
that.
right. So I kind of look down at my compatriots and like give them like a gesture, like, okay, go to your places.
So what are y'all doing?
And then I've got an intro as the MC. So once everybody kind of settles down, I'll like wave my hand a little bit to get the crowd's attention until everybody quiets. And then I'll say, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of Radagast, and thank you for joining me under the big top. I'm your master of ceremony, Ichabod Sykes, and I will act as your guide through this strange and exciting adventure. The acts you are about to see, well, they will shock you, they will delight you, they may even scare you. But I promise, if you stick with me, we will make it out the other side better off than when you came in. So I imagine I'm going to go one at a time. That's what I wrote, was to go one at a time and present everybody.
Yeah,
so
do it.
you guys
However you want.
First, allow me to present a wanderer from a far-off land, skilled in combat, hand-to-hand. Now, don't be fooled by appearances, dear audience, because if you blink, you just might miss it. I present to you the strongest man this side of the Mistspire Mountains, Shokan.
And a large cheer just kind of erupts throughout the entire tent, and there's quite a bit of clapping and laughing. A few children are kind of pointing over at you, Shokan. This big, bulky, hulky turtle standing over there next to some weights. So what are you wanting to do, Shokan, for your bit in the circus?
So I go up to my weights and I grab this smaller one, still pretty sizable, but the smallest one. Just pick it up with one arm, just kind of showing off. I kind of look around at everybody and I ask for a volunteer, just anybody. I kind of look at some of the kids, get the kids in on it. And I just point to a random kid in the crowd. I'm like, come here.
And the little kid is kind of timid at first and kind of clutching its mother's skirts, but with a gentle encouragement, he is pushed out and kind of runs over to you. He looks like maybe about 7, 8 years old and is very shyly looking up at you.
And I'm going to take this weight that I'm going to estimate probably, let's say about a 50-pound weight. And I hand it to the kid gently to show, this is a real weight. And I kind of gently let go and with it in the kid's hand.
And it goes down, like just drops out of this kid's hand. He's pretty damn sickly. Or skinny, not sickly, but skinny. And like he tries a valiant effort, but there's no way he can hold that. And it just kind of drops down in front of him. He looks down at it kind of sheepishly, grabs it, tries to pick it up, gets it maybe about a few inches off the ground before it goes down again.
And I take one finger and kind of help him lift it up a little bit.
Go ahead and give me a performance check with advantage.
That would be a 19.
Oh, I can't hear you, Matt.
Yeah, with a 19, you very easily put your fingers underneath that lifted up. You see the kid's face just brighten as you lift it up over his head, and he's turning around, kind of beaming back at his parents as you lift it away from him. He seems pretty stoked.
My helper too, I was going to wink at him like, hold on.
Okay.
And I lifted up with him holding on to it.
Yeah, absolutely. You can do that. No problem whatsoever. He doesn't wave too much.
One-handed too.
Yeah, he doesn't weigh too much. You can do that without an athletics check. It's very easy to lift him up holding it, and he's kind of you're turning around in a small circle so everyone can see him as this kid's just laughing. This is probably the happiest this kid has been in months. But he's loving every minute of it.
And I'm going to gently put him down again, so obviously not drop him.
Sure.
Body slam him to the ground, wrestling style.
And then I've got a bigger weight there, which I don't know. What would be the max that you would think because I don't know how to tell what the max is that I would be able to conceivably lift.
That's a good question.
Because the next part, I want to challenge people to lift this other one that probably would be fairly...
Get a couple people in on it. Ooh, call some of those guards and really emasculate them.
You really want to do that?
I'm like 450 pounds. I don't know if that...
You can actually, with how strong you are, you can lift quite a bit. What's your strength score?
20.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can lift quite a bit. I'm trying to remember exactly what the formula is for strength via.
You can push, drag, or lift a weight in pounds up to twice your carrying capacity, or 30 times your strength score.
30 times 20.
Wow. Yeah. So,
That
and
was
I want to
600
retcon the weight of the smaller barbells. Then, like, it's not going to be an incredibly large amount, but still, fairly heavy amount.
Okay, so yeah, your carry capacity is 15 times your strength score. So you can lift quite a damn bit.
Okay, so then
600 pounds.
all right, so then that's the bigger one is like that max weight. So yeah, I want to.
Hello, damn.
Okay, sure. So so what you're wanting to do is you want to call over a couple of the guards to try to lift the biggest weight. Is that what you're doing?
Well, I was wanting to get audience volunteers, hoping one of the guards would be like, "Yeah, I got this. Let me."
Yeah.
But I want like audience, like the what is
You gotta call out for
civilians.
strong people.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
calling out for strong. First I want to call out for strong civilians, because then at the end I'm going to go the guards in.
Sure.
So, like-
And I'm sure with Ichabod up on his MC stand calling this out in a loud booming voice, you can make this a persuasion check with advantage. Make a persuasion check with advantage to see who you can get from out in the crowd.
Do you think you're tough? Why don't you come and test that?
That's a 9.
Wow.
Unless Ichabod can make a persuasion too, 'cause I'm not very good.
We see everybody's kind of like, whispering to each other and stuff, and I go, wow, everywhere we've been, we've never had a crowd that was too frightened to step up and try to lift this weight. That's all that matters, is the effort. Is there nobody around? And I kind of, look around at all the tough looking people.
I'll let you
get
make a persuasion with advantage. Absolutely.
Okay.
Go
Give
for
him
it,
the
Ichabod.
classic, are you man enough?
Are you man enough? Okay, I am gonna. Are you giving me a guidance?
Yes.
Awesome. There's a 17 and then a D4 for the guidance. 18.
18. That's still pretty damn good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one guard that had been standing in front with his arms crossed, he's kind of beefier. He's got those big round arms. Think like the mountain from.
Yeah.
From
you, sir, you
from
look
Game of
like a
Thrones.
very strong, powerful guard. Wouldn't you like to try your hand at lifting this large weight?
And he does come walking up and looks down at that weight, and he's like, I can do this, no
Alright.
problem. He's a big, beefy guy. He looks like he was probably a blacksmith in his previous life.
But he's got actual muscles and not
He's got-
fake ones.
He's got actual muscles, not fake ones, yeah. So he reaches down, grabs onto that. So what I'm gonna make him do is he's going to make an athletics check. He gets nothing on this, no advantage, no nothing like that. But we're gonna see how well he can actually do.
Yeah.
So here you go. Here's his athletics check to try to lift this. I'm gonna say, because this is 600 pounds. And he has a strength of 16, so it's not that much lower. I'm going to say that the DC to do this is going to be a 20, because it's still pretty damn heavy. So DC 20 to try to lift this for the guard.
He rolls a natural.
He fucking does!
But even if he does well, there's still a performance here. Even if he does well. So what does it look like?
Damn, that did not work out the way I wanted it to.
Well, but what does it look like when he lifts it, though? Because he doesn't go, oh, this is so easy. He goes, and powerfully lifts it.
Yeah. He rolled a 6 for charisma. That's his performance check. He grabs this, and as he's lifting, his face just goes bright,
like,
beet red. His cheeks puff out. You can see his knees weak wobbling as he tries to power lift this thing upward. He gets it up over his head. He starts pushing it up. Barely gets it over the crest of his head, and he just has to drop it down. It hits the stone underneath with a clang and actually creates a bit of a dent. Chips of the stone goes flying as he does this. He barely managed to do it.
Wow.
But with a 25, yeah.
I'm casting Prestidigitation.
Mm-hmm.
To do what?
I'm gonna make it smell a little bit. No, like the weight was too heavy, and he might have soiled himself because of it.
Yeah.
Got to go brown over here.
So you cast Prestidigitation, and in that 1 foot cube around him, suddenly just this awful smell, and you just see this look of absolute shock go on this guy's face, and he's like, "Oh shit!" Like you just see terror hitting his face as he just kind of steps away from the weights.
And I say, all right, now let's get a round of applause. That was an incredible performance by this guard, but we have not yet seen the end of our show. Shokan, will you pick up that weight?
Yeah, and what do I need to do?
So this is going to be easier for you because you have a much higher strength score. So this is actually going to be a DC 17 for you.
And that was athletics?
Yes.
Guidance. Oh.
Another nat 20.
Wow.
But Shokan looks great doing it.
Shokan, with your nat 20 on athletics, tell me, how does this look?
I just reach down and I kind of fake it out a little bit, like, and then I just pick it up like, like it's nothing. Just kind of, rubbing it into the guard, just a little bit. I'm stronger than him.
Yeah.
I just lift it up above my head, kind of do a little bit of a turn, kind of a victory kind of.
And everybody under the tent is just cheering loudly, like they're, "Oh my God, that's amazing!"
And there you have it, folks. So there's nobody stronger.
Directly at the guard that just came up here and kind of wink at him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, like he has a dark expression on his face. You can see that clearly. He's just like kind of glowering a little bit, and like one of the other guards behind him kind of nudges him. And he's just like pushing him away, kind of irritated.
Low-key, that guard's kind of a badass, though.
Little bit, yeah.
We can't let him know, though.
But hey. They are cheering for you right now, Shokan. They absolutely love the first act.
Yeah, I'm clapping. Once the cheers die down, I'll be like, all right, next, I'm thinking we're going to turn up the heat a little bit. Our next act balances creation and destruction, nature and fire, showing mastery and control over both. But listen close. Don't go trying this at home. This performer is a trained professional. But unrelated, I should point out that in case of emergency, do not panic, just file up and walk orderly out the back exit. All right, so everybody take a note of where the exit is. Okay, thank you. I present...
You all have the exit at least 5 feet from you? Please keep an eye on it.
Yes, just take a mental note, totally unrelated. It's going to be fine. Thank you. And I present Blaznir and his fire spirit.
And I'm going to snap my fingers and... The pelt I usually keep around my neck bursts into flames, and on me is now Kyan.
And you hear a collective "ooh" gasp as the red panda bursts into flames around your shoulders.
And we're gonna start. First, Kyan's gonna go onto the high right or the tightrope thing right there, because no one's probably gonna use that. And I'm gonna start a very basic juggling act at first, just normal little balls. Do that for a little bit, and then
I like it.
Eventually, seemingly like I'm surprised by it, my entire arms just burst into flames and catch each of the balls on fire.
Go ahead and make a performance check here with advantage, since you got your fire spirit out hanging out with you. Jedi Slayer 420's in chat right now. He's saying, "I'm giving 5-1 odds that Blaznir burns the tent down."
That's 26 for performance.
Oh, okay. So with a 26 performance, you're juggling these balls, and people are at first kind of just like chatting and laughing a little bit as you add more balls into the mix of your juggling. Then suddenly the flames burst out from your hands. What spell are you using for that, by the way?
Produce flames.
Produce flames. I like it. And as the flames come out, the balls of fire just the balls start catching fire one by one, and you're just spinning this huge ball of fire in your hands over and over, making the balls go higher and higher, wider and wider, until this huge sphere is going round and round inside the center of this tent. With a 26, that's pretty freaking good. You got this giant arc of flame going round and round in your hand, and everyone is just oohing and eyeing, watching this amazing performance put off by you.
And nothing in my brain for the next thing, so I guess
We'll
I'm
make
just gonna
make Cayenne jump through the hoop that you're making with the balls.
Good idea.
Yeah, Cayenne being able to fly, he's just gonna jump through it a couple times.
Yeah, I love it. Cayenne runs up the rope ladder onto the platform, runs out into the center. He makes a pass once, twice, as that loop of flame gets wider and wider. Suddenly, it jumps out and bursts into flames. Fire trails back around him, kind of like a comet, as he does this winding swirl around, flying through the air, and then begins doing figure eights back and forth between the loops as you're juggling. It's an amazing performance, and everyone is just in awe and watching. Even those guards that had at first been really pissed off and angry looking, they have this look of wonder on their faces. They're watching this right now.
I feel like it'd be awesome if Cayenne kind of made a loop or lap around the tent above everybody's heads too.
Oh, definitely, they can do that. And even as they're doing it, people are rising their hands up, doing the wave around the circus tent, along with Cayenne. I like it.
Or is that the end of your act? Everybody's clapping.
Yeah, I'd say at the end of my act, Cayenne's gonna go back down onto my shoulder, and he's gonna use the fiery teleportation thing he has.
Disappear.
And you just disappear?
Just disappear, I guess.
And as you disappear, all the light that has been caused from those flames just wink out the same moment you do, and just the tent goes dark for a second until Cameron has to use prestidigitation to relight all the lamps in there, and a glow begins going up once again, causing another murmur of excitement throughout the entire tent.
And there you have it, folks. I told you nothing was going to go wrong, and nothing did. I believed it from the start.
Yeah, Jedi Slayer lost that bet, but the crowd is just cheering wildly.
The circus isn't over yet. He still has a chance to burn it down.
That's true. Anyway.
Hold on 1 second. Blaznir, what were you saying?
I'm outside the tent, just vigorously patting out the flames on my Oh, God,
it's like singed.
Sure, I love it. You poof out to the other side of the tent, and you're putting out those flames really quickly on your sleeves. Go, ow, 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 ow. While you're doing that, make a perception check.
Oh. Perception. There it is. 22.
Okay. With a 22, you're looking around as you're patting out the flames. There are still a few people walking about town. Not the entire town is in the tent by any means. It's not big enough for that. But there's a good amount of people, and there are a few people walking around. The one thing you do spot is there are a couple guards down one of the alleyways near the tent, right about here. They just kind of seem to be lounging there, hanging out, watching the people go by, but they definitely have their eyes on you now that you just appeared.
I'll give them a wave, I guess.
Oh no, not a wave.
Just kind of like just acknowledging.
They just kind of give you a dull look as you wave at them.
And gonna walk behind this building, and I don't know if this is necessary, but I'll turn into a bird.
Okay. You would transform into a bird. Why? What kind of bird are you transforming into?
Pigeon.
Oh, you wanted your wild shapes.
Yeah, well, you know what? I don't like what these guards are doing, so I'll turn
into They're just hanging there.
Maybe.
Well, you're not there, Ichabod. So, Blaznir, you transform into a pigeon. They're on the ground behind this building there. You do, as you're reverting down, you do spot that there was a man, a townsperson in that drab cloth. He happened to be walking by, just crossing the street, and he looks down at you as you shift, and he just kind of runs off like, "What the fuck? I'm not a part of this. I'm leaving." What are you gonna do in bird form?
I'm just gonna fly onto the rooftops next to them, just hang out, see what they're doing.
Okay, you can do that. So you fly up to the roof, land on the edge, and just perch down. The two of them just kind of seem to be talking to one another. Both of them just leaning against one of the walls, hanging out, it seems like. Hanging out, but definitely watching the tent more than anything else.
Stay on them.
Okay. I like it. Ichabod, back to you in the tent. What's going on for the next act?
So as the crowd is still dying out from the clapping, I want to kind of look at the door and see if I can check in with Willow, if she's seen anything outside since she's been kind of keeping watch.
Okay. So Willow, you have been staying. What have you been doing since the tent, since the circus began? By the way, we should start with that.
I've just been scanning to see if I see anything suspicious, or seeing if make sure that I'm not having a whole bunch of guards just run at us.
Okay. Have you been just hanging out at the front door, the flap to the tent, or you've kind of like been moving around throughout the crowd?
I've been doing a walk from like here to here, and then here, just like passing out flyers, mainly just keeping a look to bring people in, and make sure that no one's actually gonna come in per se.
So you've been staying to the outside of the tent?
Yeah.
Okay. So you would have seen the same thing that I described to Blaznir before. Once the circus actually got started, maybe one or two people came in since then. Maybe after that first performance, another few people wandered in. Nobody has left, but a few stragglers have been kind of coming in, filing in past you. Every so often you'll see like groups of 2 or 3 walking by. Some you can easily call out to them and say, "Hey, there's a circus in here. You can come watch." Some of them might come in, some might not. But for the most part, no guards have been like trying to get in the circus itself. You have seen a couple pairs of patrols walk through. You did see a patrol with a pair of zombies come into the center of the town square, kind of look at the tent itself, and then walk by, continuing on with their route. But other than the two over in the corner that I had described for Blaznir, you would have also seen there's a couple more, which I'll actually pull out onto the map for you. Just like there on the outside of the map. They haven't really been doing much. They're just kind of watching, seeing what's going on. None of them, besides the ones inside the circus itself, these ones just seem to be watching to make sure nothing happens.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of people gathered.
Yeah, it's a lot of people gathering, so it does make sense that there are guards kind of milling about watching the space. But none of them seem to be like making any threatening motions towards the tent or anything like that.
Hey,
yes.
The one thing that I was going to say is, I know we mentioned before when Edmund and I were going to do that thing at the end where he like tries to shoot me with an arrow and then teleports away.
What about it?
Yeah, I was going to say he could. I would have told him beforehand that he could do that whole like, to make it more exciting and ham it up, do that whole like, I've been possessed by like an evil magic or whatever, and it's forcing me to shoot my friend, and I'm trying to resist.
I actually set up a story arc for your guys' thing, kind of.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, go for it. Whatever. What were you trying to say, John?
I was just going to ask if I could do an insight on them, just and so I can know if like who's might be a little bit jumpy or whatnot.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and make an insight on them as you're kind of patrolling around the outside of the tents.
Do you want one for each one, or do you want
just roll at advantage? I feel like that should be enough. And what are you trying to just
Just see if
ascertain?
anyone seems jumpy or, nervous. I got 18.
So nervous, I would say no. Suspicious, maybe. These are guards, after all. You know from the background you've heard of this place that it's not surprising that these people are suspicious of anything new popping up in town. They seem to be more cautious than anything else, like as though they're expecting something to happen at any moment and they want to be there for it, but they don't know what's going to happen with this. Does that make sense?
No, that makes sense.
That's kind of the impression you get off them.
Okie dokie.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, our third and final act is a double act. It's almost kind of a story. It features the dwarven hunter, a master archer whose skill would put an elf to shame, and his quarry, a blue hare caught in the hunter's trap. But this is no normal rabbit, and he's got a few tricks of his own. So allow me to present Ed and Cameron.
And Edmund comes out in his dwarf form, holding a bow. Using the hat of disguise, he kind of made himself look a lot more boisterous looking. His clothes are bright red. He's got a long flowing cape behind him, and his beard is much longer and braided now. But he still has that young look.
Nice.
He comes stepping out, and Cameron, what are you going to be doing?
Somebody's got to strap me in.
Oh yeah. And Shokan, our strong man from before, is going to make sure those bindings are nice and tight.
Okay. And Shokan, you head over next to Cameron and begin strapping him up. Now, this device that you had built is basically a giant wheel on a A-frame that has shackles for both your hands and your feet, with you in the center of it. So Shokan actually has to pick you up, and then you kind of put your arms out, spread eagle, and she clasps you in those leather. What am I looking for? Shackles.
Yeah. I also would like to step off of my platform so I can give it to Ed so he can stand on that and shoot, since that's kind of where it's angled. And then I can stand kind of in front of these guards and try to listen and see if they're saying anything.
Okay. Edmund, for his part, climbs up onto the platform there as Shokan's getting Cameron ready. Cameron, you are strapped and secured on there, and then Shokan kind of walks over to the side of it and puts her hand on the wheel itself. Edmund, in his dwarf form, stands up tall and bows one more time, flinging his bow up in the air and then catching it once again, turns. And as he turns, Shokan, you spin that wheel as hard as you can. Now, Cameron, the first thing I need from you is I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw. You do have advantage because you've had time to prepare for this, but it's still gut-wrenching to suddenly be twisted and spun around in the circle.
I feel like I wouldn't do it at my full strength because he'd probably go flying.
I got a 13.
Well, a 13, yeah.
Easily lift up, 600 pounds.
You're not swinging it too hard. You had all worked this out ahead of time, and you're prepared for this, Cameron. So a 13 is enough to kind of bite your teeth and not throw
Keep my
up.
lunch down.
Yeah, absolutely. Edward spins, holding his bow up, pulls it back, and just lets loose his first shot. So this is going to be him.
Matt,
yes.
Can I cast Bless on Edmund and Cameron?
Yeah, absolutely.
So y'all can add D4.
Okay. As you're doing this, you cast the Bless spell on your companions. They glow just a little bit, you knowing that they got that spell.
Keep it subtle.
He shoots with his long bow. This first shot that he has to make, he's aiming so that the arrow kind of goes between your arm and your leg as you're spinning. The DC for this is a 13. He has to roll higher than a 13 to get the arrow where he wants to go. Okay? First shot. Here it goes. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No problem. That first arrow, thunk, right in the wood between your arm and your leg, and you hear the entire audience just gasp with that first arrow. Second shot goes. Ooh, that's
plus
a
D4.
10 plus his D4. Let's see here. He had to make a 14 this
He
time.
needs to get a 4.
Oh, that's
How
a
about
12.
a chronal shift for that? Beat me.
Yeah, as that arrow goes flying towards you, you just panic for one moment. You grasp onto the connection you have with time and chronal shift it so that he has to roll again. So let's see how he
It's
does.
like a weird lurch.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's a magic
this is
missile. I hit the wrong
Magic
thing.
I was about to say, whoa. There
Yeah,
we
that's
go.
much better. Much better. Yeah, with your chronal shift, you see that arrow was going to pierce you right in the gut, but you focus on it, and the fates just change a little bit, and that second arrow goes thunk right opposite of where the first one was on your other side. Whew. Third
He
shot.
definitely gets an angry look from me.
Yeah, definitely. Third shot. Here we go. Let's see how he does. It's going up by 1 each time. He has 6 shots he's going to make. So this one is a yeah. This will be
Okay.
fun. Yeah, for the fun of it. Why not? So let's see. What was that? That's a 15 he needs to make.
That's a D4.
Yep, plus the D4.
He needs a 4 again. Oh my god.
Wow. So yeah,
The ending can come early. You can do the teleport now.
I could, or I could spend my last stupid thingy for the day.
No.
So that's a 14. Yeah, but he missed by 1. So are you using your last one, or are you taking the hit?
Yeah, I'll use my thingy.
Oh.
Well, that one was much better this time.
Oh yeah.
Third one, you had to use your chronal shift again, but fortunately, instead of hitting you square in the junk, like it was about to, it goes right between your legs. Thunk. And you just kind of... you
Ichabod
bug-eye.
not knowing about any chronal shifting is just like, wow, that one was close.
No, but you can clearly see the anger on my face get worse.
I see you getting upset, but I'm like, damn, he's really getting it by the skin of his teeth. Edmund must be really skilled.
Hey, can I make some kind of check to try and let Ichabod know, hey, whatever you're gonna say to wrap this shit up, do it now.
Yeah, I'll allow it. Go for it. Whatever you want.
Give me a look.
I don't even know what the appropriate check here would be.
Persuasion, maybe?
Yeah, I'd say persuasion. And let's Ichabod roll an insight.
Like,
Okay.
you'd be pleading big time with those eyes. With those big
Can
old
I get
red eyes.
advantage, maybe?
I feel like as freaked out as you are, yeah, you can have advantage on this.
And you do also have my D4.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So about that,
Yeah,
that's a 5.
5. But I got a 12
Like-
insight.
like if you would have rolled a 10 or better, I would have said yeah, Ichabod probably got it, but with a 5, I can't. Yeah, no,
Okay.
this seems fine. Yeah,
I look at Edmund and I'm like, how many more arrows you got in there?
he kind of looks back, and he does have 3 more in his quiver. You can
All
see.
right. Well, good luck to you, Edmund. Let's see him. Fire him off, boy.
Yeah, Edmund, he's not sure. He doesn't realize too much that he felt something happen, but he's not sure quite what. He's gonna go ahead and fire off.
God.
Yeah, 17 plus the D4 is more than enough.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 17. That's a 19. He had to beat a 16. So another arrow just funk right on the side of your head.
So he's got 2 left, right?
He's got 2 left.
So he's got one more check that he's got to make then, because the last one doesn't matter.
The last one you're going to teleport, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once more, you're panicking right now, Edmund, a little bit, I feel like, because that arrow shaft is just vibrating right next to your cheek. Let's see how he does.
Like this rabbit's done for him, all right?
And you hear a lot of cheers going on right now. This has definitely been death-defying to everybody watching. They don't know that of the near hits that Cameron's very much aware of. But, yeah, so let's see. Here, next shot.
Oh my God, Edmund.
Man, get your shit together.
Hey, Matt.
14. Is there no way to give
14.
Edmund advantage?
Can I use my telekinetic shove to try and shove it off to the side just enough so that it doesn't hit me?
Ooh.
I don't know if you would have quite that much control over that.
Make him do an Arcana check to see if he does.
You know what? I'll allow you to make an Arcana check to try to grasp the arrow out. You're not going to be able to do this normally. This is just a one-time thing because you're not a monk. You don't have you can't like grab arrows.
He doesn't have to fuck
It just totally ruins the effect if he shoots me. So 15.
You know what? I want this to happen, so I'm going to allow you to telekinetically shove the arrow just an inch. When it strikes the side of your head, it cuts just a little bit past the fur. It doesn't cut your flesh, but it cut through some of that fur, giving you a little bit of a shave on the side of your face. Right there, and that the arrow shaft is just bouncing against your cheek right now.
I'm not even afraid at this point. I'm just scared.
The whole crowd is like, oh!
Yeah, and so Edmund, he pulls back his last shot. He's aiming right between Cameron's ears, which are...
real quick. Right after that shot, I'm going to look at him and I'm going to go, wow, that was a close one, guys.
Yeah.
And here it is, the hunter's final shot. Will he get the hair? He's lining it up.
And here we go. Last shot.
So he's going to teleport, right?
He fires at me, but I teleport away.
Damn, you're lucky.
Yeah, because he rolled a nat 1 on that, so you just see this arrow going flying towards you as you cast
Right
Misty
for my
Step.
head.
Yeah, right at your head, going right between the eyes. And you teleport away with Misty Step in the last second as that crossbow bolt just thunk, or the arrow just thunk right into the wood where you were sitting a moment ago.
Yep.
A silvery mist appears. He teleports. Where do you teleport to?
Yeah, where do you
Please
teleport?
pop up in the audience, like next to somebody. Come on.
Where did he go? I told y'all this rabbit was tricky.
How high up off the ground is Fontaine's platform thingy?
Fontaine.
It's only probably about probably only 5 feet. It's not too big. Or I mean, no, it's not even that. It's only like a foot up. It's just a platform you stand on.
Oh, damn. Well, I teleport behind Edmund and kick him in the butt to kick him off the platform.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and make a just a straight attack roll to see if you can kick him off.
I guess that would just be a strength.
Yeah, just strength. You're basically doing a shove.
Sure.
So.
4. Does he at least realize what's happening and decide to fall anyways?
Yeah. You kick him in the butt just with both feet, and he kind of looks at you for a second, but then he stumbles forward and falls down. Comically falls down off of the platform. I'm going to give him a performance check to see how well he does.
I'll just hop up on top of him and raise my arm in the air like I'm the one who, took him down.
Yeah, with a 16, he lands on the floor and very comically falling, and you just raise your hands up, cheering as you have clearly won this encounter, and the rest of the crowd around you just erupts in loud cheers. They're very excited about seeing this whole thing, and everyone's clapping for you, Cameron.
Yay.
Awesome. So I climb back onto the podium as everybody's clapping, and and I'm clapping, so you can keep it going for a little while. And then I'm like, all right, there you have it. The hunted becomes the hunter. Thank you all for joining us again for this show. When you go back out into that dark world, I hope you will keep some of these feats you witness here in the back of your mind, and that it will give you strength to know that they were performed in your service. And the Father's blessings go with you. And I take off my hat and give him a bow.
And everyone just erupts with cheers one more time. Even those guards that were pretty stony-eyed when they first came in, they're cheering and laughing and having a good old time with it as well. And eventually people start milling around. Willow comes back in and pushes the tent flaps open so people can shuffle out. Quite a few people are shuffling out. There's quite a few people that are actually throwing coppers into the ground in front of you all. Even though this isn't a paid show, there's still quite a few people throwing coppers in appreciation of your performance.
I collect them in my hat.
As Ichabod takes his hat off, I whisper to him, "You almost hit me."
That so? It was quite convincing.
I'm gonna stand next to my weights, kind of like as an invitation. Anybody wants to check them out for themselves too.
Well, Cameron, don't be too upset. You turned out fine. You look like you have a little bald spot, but could have been worse.
Yeah, Edmund comes over and he's like, well done, Cameron. That was a really impressive teleportation, the last shot. I'm really glad that it all worked out.
Yeah, it went perfect.
Yes, it all worked out perfectly. Let's hope I don't need any of what I used later.
I pat Ed on the back, say, "Nice shooting, boy."
So with the townspeople beginning to file out, a few of them, as they're walking by you, Ichabod, go ahead and make an insight check.
All right. I will look at them with my insight. That is a 13.
A few of the men in particular, some of the more larger men, full bearded guys who
the kind of men I respect.
Yeah, they kind of lock eyes with you as they're walking by. They have their arms over their wives, their children around them, but when their eyes meet you, they give you a bit of a nod, like a very significant knowing nod before walking on with their families.
I smile and I nod and I go, I think that this all worked out exactly as intended. And I also think that if we're going to head over to where, we should try to get lost in this crowd as they're leaving.
A pigeon is going to fly onto Ichabod.
Whoa, is that a pigeon?
Blaznir, I do want to say one thing. You've been up on the roof watching those two guards. As people begin filing out from the tent and walking out into the street, the two guards that have been standing there watching, one of them stands up really quick as the people are walking out, and he starts making his way into the crowd, while the other one stays right where he is.
Alright, well, never mind about the Ichabod thing. I'm gonna just kind of keep an eye on this guard, or try to my best to keep an eye on this guard that's walking through.
So you're following the guard?
Yeah, just overhead.
Okay. You follow the guard for about 10-15 minutes as he makes his way in through the crowds of people going through town. Eventually, his course goes to about 5 or 6 blocks away from the town square to what you recognize as a guardhouse. He steps inside very quickly, closes the door behind him. You fly down to one of the windows, kind of looking, and you do see him go past a common room into a back door and disappear beyond there.
Alright, well, this is not a good idea at all. And I can feel people judging me from beyond the veil. I'm gonna head back towards the circus, I guess, because I don't think this is a good idea.
Okay.
And Matt,
Yes, Willow.
with the crowd, I want to change my form into a male.
Okay. You're dissolving your form into a male.
Yes.
You can absolutely do that. You can find a quiet corner where nobody's watching you and transform yourself. What are you looking like right now, Willow?
I'm looking bald, beard, mustache, average build.
Okay. And what do you
black hair?
And what are you wanting to do while in this new form?
I'm just going up to the crowd, up to the other members of the circus. I just don't want to look like Willow for the next part of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's not your Willow, baby. It's a man.
Okay. So,
I would like to get moving before the crowd totally dissipates, so that we're walking away with a bunch of people and keeping a little bit of a lower profile than if we were to just walk by ourselves, you know?
Sure, absolutely. And where are you wanting to head as you're making your way in with the crowd?
Oh, you know where.
Okay.
I want to go to Portlion's house.
Okay. So, as you mingle with your group, gathering everyone up together, someone who you don't recognize, but you do recognize the fact that they're wearing the clothes that Willow had been wearing earlier, walks up to you. It doesn't take a lot of insight to guess who that is. And together, your group mixes in with the crowds and begins walking through the city, making your way.
Has anybody seen Blaznir looking around? It's like way off on a guard station. Yeah. It's a pigeon.
Yeah, that's a question. Did you wait for Blaznir to come back, or did you gather?
If the crowd was moving out before he came back, then I did not wait.
Okay. So
he knows where we'll be. So
I asked if we should meet up afterwards, and everybody said why. So.
But that's fine. Everyone but Blaznir is making their way in the crowd. Blaznir's at the guardhouse at this point when the rest of the group starts heading towards Portlion. Blaznir, you eventually head back. You said you would. Once you do, you find that there are a few people still inside the tent. Some kids playing with the weights. Some people trying to lift them, but maybe like half a dozen people at most are in there. You realize the rest of your party is not, but it's a fair guess of where they are.
I have pigeon instincts, so.
But I think that is an excellent time to go on break. Sweet. So we will be back in about 15 minutes, folks, and we'll find out exactly what insanity the Debauchery Circus gets into when we return. Stick around. Howdy, everybody. We are back. When we last left off, the Debauchery Circus had just finished their extremely impressive performance in their actual circus. As they finish that off, most of the group intermingle themselves into the crowd and begin heading their way towards the mansion currently resided by Sir Portlion, their old adversary. Knowing where he is certainly a boon for this group. Blaznir, unfortunately, was off keeping an eye on some guards. However, when he returned to the circus, he found that his friends had all left. So he probably has a pretty good idea where they are. But anyway, Debauchery Circus, you do make your way through the crowds along the city streets, continuing your way towards the upper city of Coltrast. You know that the mansion is somewhere fairly close to the gate that leads into the upper city, at the bottom of the hill, in a bit more of a richer, wealthier neighborhood, though this mansion definitely stands out among its neighbors as being the only one with a very large garden and a wall of stone circling it. You all go ahead.
I was just going to say, on our way there, I'll remind everybody what we know because I have some notes, which is that there's one guard at the back door, one at the front, one at the gate, and one patrolling the grounds on a 30-minute rotation. The front door is double wooden with an iron lock, and the back door is an iron door. So I don't know which side you guys want to go in.
I also forgot to say it, but I told you guys in chat. There's also a set of doors going down to what looks like a cellar.
Cellar doors in the back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And those are wood.
Yeah, those are wooden. You did not notice. You never really walked over to see it, so you don't know if there's a lock on it. But you did see that there were double doors at kind of that slanting angle. That cellar doors are leading downward. So you kind of get the idea that that's where it is, and it is on the back, probably about 30 or so feet away from the back door itself.
Mm-hmm.
There is a cobblestone path in the back as well that kind of leads to it.
The section of house right around the door frame is stone or wood?
Stone. The mansion itself is made mostly of stone, though its roof is shingles. The door frame around it is stone as well, but the doors themselves are all wood. The front door is reinforced, obviously, like Ichabod said, and so on and so forth.
If we get in through the front door, I can always shape the arches around the door to seal it so that it cannot be easily opened.
I think that doing that anyway would actually be pretty good, because we don't want anybody to escape and tell anyone what's going on here. But it seems like it might be better to go through the cellar doors.
So I imagine you're kind of huddled together as you're walking.
Yeah,
you maybe duck into a cellar, or not duck into an alleyway or something to have this talk. You're still probably about halfway from between the circus and the mansion at this point. So go ahead and make stealth checks, everybody.
Oh dear,
Sure.
Don't like that. I got a nat 1.
Edmund got a 20.
Group stealth check. Help me.
I got a 14.
I'm still a bird, right?
You are still a bird, and you're kind of winging your way over. You probably haven't found your group of friends quite yet, but you're looking. So instead, I want for you to make a perception check as you're looking for your friends.
All right.
I don't think I'm supposed to have advantage, but so it's probably a 9 for me.
I am supposed to have advantage, so.
So Ichabod is not being as stealthy as anyone would like. He tends to wear heavy armor and clanks around a little bit as he walks. And you all kind of push him into the back alley behind a couple buildings, trying to keep him quiet. Shokan with a 9, Willow with a 23, and Blaznir, you got a 28 on your perception roll. So you definitely spotted Shokan trying to push Ichabod. The two of them are not being very, very stealthy. She's actually pushing him into an alleyway, and you do spot this as you're winging your way above the city. Blaznir.
All right, fine.
You're playing. Oh, there they are.
Yeah. But you do see them as Ichabod is going into the back. But so for the most part, not a lot of people are watching you. The crowds have definitely thinned by the time you got halfway out. Most of them lived around the tent itself. There are a few people walking down the streets. You see some lamplighters lighting the lamps, true to their name, as they make their way throughout the city. But it is fairly dark and fairly quiet for the most part. And while maybe one or two passers-by who go by your alleyway glance your direction, for the most part, they don't really come over and bother you.
All right. So, what are y'all thinking? Front doors made of wood, back cellar doors made of wood.
Once I get up to them, I'm gonna stop being a pigeon.
So you just fly down and poof back into your natural form?
Yep.
Oh, good. Blaznir's here.
We're used to this by now.
That was entirely pointless. I should not have done that.
So, seems like we got to get inside. There's a guard at the gate if we wanted to go that way, or we could just climb over on another side.
We have two options.
Yeah.
Either we do a distraction, have all the guards come out, and one person sneaks in.
We all need
One
to.
person.
You're not pretending to be drunk again.
I think it's best that we lay totally low. We don't even want them to know that there's something going on. So anybody that we see, we knock them out or we kill them. So nobody can run. And that's why I'm like, we should find an empty part of the gate wall, look over, see when that patrolling guard goes by, and then we know we got 30 minutes. We could run across, and then there's just the one person by the back door that we could try to get rid of, go in the cellar, and then see what happens.
Yes.
I will say, just because I was looking at your at this group, from a while, you guys are not stealthy at all.
Listen, it's really hard. It's really hard for me.
You guys,
I take offense to that.
I will concede it is not one of my strongest suits.
Maybe I can put some cloth under your armor to make it a little less something that because
anything you can do for me, I will accept. But the cloak stays on.
Edmund says, Blaznir, don't you have a spell that can make us quieter?
Well, yes, I was just making a joke.
We're not good at those today.
We did a circus. We should be good at this. Anyway,
We're not even good at the circus.
What are you talking about? The circus went great.
Yeah, I thought I
almost
did
got
pretty
shot
good.
several times.
I think I did pretty dang good.
Cameron, I think you're bringing some bad vibes to this mission right now, and I need everybody's vibes to be on track.
You have a little bit of a. What happened here?
Maybe you'll just.
I mean,
have to help me
personally, I like
vibes.
rabbit kebabs.
All right, let's get
what
us
do you mean,
thinking.
Cameron? I didn't miss once. It went off without a hitch.
Oh, I thought you were supposed to miss.
Yeah, I thought he was supposed to almost hit you.
Yeah.
Let's just say that there were a couple of instances in which he did until I changed things.
Time magic, obviously. Time magic. Anyway,
how far away from the place are we? Because this only lasts for an hour.
You're about halfway there. You know that it probably takes you another 30 or so minutes to walk to the mansion itself, but once you get there, you could easily cast your spell. There are alleyways around the mansion, and there's plenty of buildings around it that you could do this. And yeah. So my question is, are you planning on going in through the front or through the back?
sounds like we want to go towards the back and look over the wall that's like around, right? Because then there's like a gate. So we want to look over the wall and see if we can see that one patrolling guard and wait for him to pass and then go.
And maybe see about getting in through the cellar.
Yeah, and try to go in the cellar door.
Okay, I like it. So I moved you on to the mansion map into the back area. So let's see here. As you make your way to the mansion, you pass by the city buildings, duck into one of the alleyways, maybe about 5 minutes away from the mansion itself. And as you get close, and Blaznir starts casting his spell, I want everyone to make perception checks as they look towards the mansion.
All right, I'm gonna guide myself.
I got an 11.
Got a 12.
Also, it makes sense because I am a human and it's dark.
It is. It is, and you are.
I came up with the plan, so I'm trusting y'all to see the sights.
Got the 28.
Okay. Well, with
Willow got an 18.
You got a 28. Willow, you got an 18. Between the two of you, you can see as you're making your way towards the mansion that there are a few lights in the windows. You've seen this mansion before. It is a tall 2.5-story structure, oblong-shaped, as though wings had been added on over time, but still made in that same dark stone that seems to be prevalent throughout the city. to the one end, that you remember that Blaznir, you had gone into a side office to the edge of the mansion itself, and it was completely encased in glass. And you can see there's some lights in there, as well as lights in other windows in the mansion as well. It's about 7:30, 7:45 at this point in the evening, but with the clouds overhead covering the stars and the moon, it is extremely dark. Other than there are lamps throughout the city, so you do have some light. You can make your way through it without needing dark vision. Eventually, once you do get to that point, you can see that there are lights on inside the mansion. You get closer, heading around. Are you casting your spell then, or are you going to just make a circuit around first, I imagine?
Yeah, I'll cast it now.
Oh, you're going to cast it now?
Yeah.
Okay. So you cast it, and then all of you begin heading your way to the mansion itself, creeping along, keeping to the shadows as you make your way towards it itself. Go ahead and give me stealth checks as you make your way up there. You have the plus 10, just so we have a good baseline for what we're working with here.
Make sure everybody creeps. We got to creep.
I will have a 19.
Same.
I've got 25.
27.
Much better.
This time we decided we didn't want no scrubs.
No
And
scrub.
you are fairly stealthy as you make your way around. Keeping to the darkness, keeping to the shadows, you go scuttling about, heading down the road towards the mansion. And as you get up to that wall and glance over it, you can see that there is a guard with a lantern secured to his belt, giving off a small amount of light around him, walking around the outside of the mansion. Right now, he's kind of on your side, so everybody ducks down underneath the wall, waiting for him to pass, kind of watching as he does. But he's got a passive perception of 12, so he doesn't see shit. And you watch as he's walking by. You do have about 45 minutes more time once he gets past the side of the building. You can still see that there is another guard kind of leaning up against the mansion corner between the door here, the back door, and the cellar door here. He's kind of just leaning up against it. Seems to be smoking a cigarette.
All right. Who wants to take care of this guy? We got 30 minutes before that guard comes back around.
I volunteered a rogue.
All right.
Remember,
okay.
don't go chasing waterfalls. You take out this one guy, and then it's back on the mission.
All right.
Okay, so what are you doing?
It sounds like who are we volunteering? It sounds like we're volunteering Willow to assassinate this guy.
Well, yeah, what I'm asking Willow specifically. What are you doing? You're currently on the side of the wall. You're on this side of the wall, looking up through the gate. There is a gate right here.
Sorry, I thought Blaznir said he was going to do it. Sorry, I got confused there for a second.
No, so anyway, right now you're at the outer wall, looking in on the mansion. The guard had just passed. There's another one right here, and Blaznir was saying that you should be the one to assassinate it. There is a metal barred gate right here, between the wall and you. It is locked.
Do we want to just throw a grappling hook over? Climb up the rope?
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
And how close do we have to stay to Blaznir to keep Pass Without Trace?
30 feet.
30 feet. Okay, so he'll have to be moving in behind.
That's
real quick, Matt, I don't know what happened, but my armor re-equipped itself since one stealth from another. I don't have that armor on right.
So it should be in your inventory, and you can unclick
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Well,
if
I
you go,
did for some. Like, if you look at my stealth up, it wasn't equipped, and then it equipped it itself automatically. I don't know why,
Oh, I see.
but I just want to give you a heads up
Okay.
that I did not have it equipped. But yeah, I will just I'll pull out needle and I'll sneak my way up.
I mean, we got to do the climbing up the wall first.
Yes,
Well, he asked me what I wanted to do. I was
Okay, so are you climbing over the wall, or are you going through the gate? That's my first question.
Grappling.
I'll
I can stone shape it if you want me to, but
What? No, we have a grappling hook, so just
that would be a good idea. I just threw an idea out there, honestly.
And it's not a super tall wall either. It's only like an
Mhm.
8-foot wall. So
yeah, we're cool people. We can climb walls, like Spider-Man.
I have a -1 to strength. I don't think I can.
So Willow, first thing first, if you're climbing over the wall, make an athletics check with advantage. Since everyone's helping you, the DC is not high on this. It's only a 12 to get over this wall.
okay. Athletics.
Oh yeah. Call it out.
At a nat 20.
Oh yeah, with a nat 20, you easily scale this wall and hop over. Make a stealth check for me.
23.
33 with Blaznir. Blaznir, if you're climbing over as well to help out Willow and keep her within that radius, you need to make your athletics check as well. But everyone's there to help you, so go ahead and make it with advantage as well.
Alright, I've got this, guys. 16.
Nice.
You do got this.
Yeah, 16.
Or-
With ease, you're able to climb over the gate and drop down once again. Make your stealth check one more time.
It's not a disadvantage, so 17.
Yeah, 17. You duck down, crouching as you make your way over the wall, and you are both across. What are you going to do, Willow and Blaznir?
Right. So I'm gonna follow your lead. You are a bit more able to do this kind of stuff.
I whispered to Blaznir, "Hey, stay a little closer to the wall so that you're still within reach of us."
Right.
And then I duck back. I'm gone.
I'm following your lead, Will.
I'll motion. You're a rogue, aren't you?
No.
He's a druid.
Okay, sorry. I didn't know if you did any class in rogue. Sorry for the misunderstanding earlier. I'll sneak up slowly, just keep an eye on the guard in case something like the guard turns or anything like that, so I can motion him to duck.
I'm gonna motion for Ichabod to start climbing the wall.
And Blaznir, I gave you a radius there, so you know that's where your spell ends.
I can't see.
I think I should be the last one to climb.
Oh, I was gonna have somebody strong go, and then I can go in the middle so they can help me up, and then
So have Shokan go,
sure, that's fine.
just because my stealth is the worst. So I want to be as
Yeah.
far back as possible until this guy's dead.
No, that's fair.
Oh yeah, you don't have dark vision right now, Blaznir,
I
so
don't.
you don't see a lot. I gave you a little bit of a radius, but there's not a lot that you're actually able to see. Well, you know what? Hold on a second. I got a better idea. Let me try this. Can you see better that way?
I can see stuff.
It should be dark, but it should be at least
Yeah,
somewhat visible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty
Because
good.
there is some light out there. There are lamps. There are the lights coming from the inside of the mansion, so you can see a little bit.
I have goggles of nights. Shouldn't I be
Yeah.
able to see better?
Yeah, you should. It should be set up on your token too. There you
not-
go.
There. That's
Okay.
better.
Is everyone else able to see at all?
Yes.
I feel like I see as much as I should be able to,
Yeah, okay.
which is very little,
That's
but
good.
that's fine.
Okay, that's perfect then. So, Willow, what are you wanting to do right now?
I want to sneak up towards the guard to assassinate him. I'm gonna motion to Blaznir follow. And I'm gonna, before we head out, I'm gonna show him the hand sign of stop and tell him, like, okay, this is when you need to stop,
Right.
follow, and duck.
Duck.
While they're learning the hand signs, I'm gonna climb up the wall.
All right. So this is
15.
stop. Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Because I want to make sure that
Duck.
all of us are able to stay in the radius of Blaznir's spell.
Yeah, and I climb over as well with a 19.
Well, that you rolled a stealth check to climb over as
Oh,
an
well, yeah.
athletics.
But that was maybe. Sorry, I'll do the athletics too. But that was my stealth. For athletics, that's 11.
It's a
You
little
didn't-
bit harder for you. You're not able to climb over like everyone else was able to do it, but as you're grabbing that rope, you just kind of slide.
Can I be pushing Shokan since I'm still on that side?
If you're still on that side, you could have helped her. So roll it again with advantage, so you have advantage.
Sweet.
15.
That's better.
Yeah, nice. All right, Ichabod's the last one.
But
Ow.
Willow, it's on you.
Yeah.
You see exactly where the guard is. What are you gonna do?
I didn't know if you just wanted me to move or if you wanted me to wait. Sorry, make sure I didn't go out of turn.
Get him. Get him.
Well, right now you can move up to your full movement per round.
Okay, I didn't know since we weren't doing initiative, I didn't know how you wanted to roll it. Sorry about that.
No, it's totally fine because right now he rolled a 16 for perception. He has not been able to see any of you. He kind of his eyes are on the swivel right now, and they're kind of glancing back and forth. But all of you with your stealth checks, you're pretty fucking stealthy and are not in his line of sight. So you could easily sneak up behind him without being seen, Willow.
Okay. And then I will assassinate.
Do it.
So yeah,
Assassinate his ass.
this guard right now, he's just kind of standing there. You see him stand up a little bit, take the last drag of his cigarette, and just drops it on the ground and kind of is grinding it under his boot, so his head's down and his back's a little bit to you, Willow. What are you wanting to do?
I want to aim the sword just right, and I want to literally stab it through his throat, so he
Okay.
can't really make a scream out.
No sound.
Okay, so you pull out your needle, aiming towards his throat. Make an attack. You have advantage because he is completely surprised, caught off guard here.
All right. And then with assassinate itself, don't I technically auto crit?
If you hit, you auto crit.
Okay.
Oh, you real crit. You
Wow.
didn't have to auto crit.
Yeah, you did not have to auto crit because you totally real critted.
So you're gonna do so much damage because your weapon is like a.
Yeah,
It's
'cause
special.
you have you're an assassin rogue, right? Do you have that ability
Yes.
yet? So go ahead and pop that
Yes.
into chat as well.
It's like you're gonna get the assassin ability, you're gonna get the double damage, and you're gonna get an extra 2d6 because of your weapon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so starting at 3rd level, you have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken combat, and you auto. In addition, any hit you score against a creature surprised is a crit. So yeah, either way, it would be a crit. But go ahead and roll your damage with the sneak attack added on to that, and your critical. Let's see how much damage you do.
And then your 2d. Yeah.
Okay, so Let's see here. That's 20 plus another 14. And what was that for?
38.
The 2d6 for the vicious on the syringe.
The 2d6 for the vicious on the syringe. So the 14. Let's see. 30.
Should be 38, right?
38 points of damage. You go running, you sneaking up to him, stab out with the needle, going straight through this man's throat, stabbing, piercing him deeply, and he grabs onto it, gurgling as he goes down to his knees. Blood is pouring out from his neck. 38 damage is a ton of damage on this guy, not quite enough to kill him. He goes down to his knees in that moment, grabbing his throat as blood is just pouring out from it. Do you have a second attack? I don't think you.
I do.
You do, so roll it.
Snap.
I don't know why this keeps doing it to me.
Why does this happen to me?
Ooh, only a 12 on that one. Blaznir, get in there.
Yeah, unfortunately, with a 12, that's not enough. You draw your needle out and stab at his neck again, but now that he's on his knees and seeing you, he reaches out and grasps your rapier with his other hand, grabbing onto it and pushing it to the side. It cuts a little bit into his hand as you stab, but he managed to deflect that blow. However, y'all still do have a sneak attack round here, so I'm not going to roll for initiative, just who wants to go next?
Real quick, Matt,
Yes.
wouldn't Assassinate still go off since it is technically still the same turn?
Yeah,
But you
have to
have to
hit.
hit.
You have
It's
to
just you
hit.
get advantage.
It's you get advantage.
Okay, I see
and
what
if
you're
you
saying.
hit, it's an
I
auto
see what
crit.
you're saying.
Does that make
Okay,
sense?
sorry about that.
No worries.
Yeah.
Now it's technically still your turn. You do still have a bonus action. Do you have anything else you're able to do?
Not for a bonus action.
Okay, so that is it for your turn, but this man is on his knees gurgling blood out from his neck. So who wants to go next? Because I'm not going to make you roll initiative.
I think it should be Blaznir because he's the closest.
He is the closest.
Gonna run up with my blazing scimitar and just hack down at him. Oh no!
Oh my,
Unfortunately,
you
with
get
11
advantage because he's on his knees.
Do I?
Oh, well, you get an advantage because he's also in a sneak attack. He's caught completely off guard, so you do have advantage here.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yikes.
I'm not good with swords.
Yeah, with a 9, you come running up, flailing wildly with that scimitar, trying to slice at him. But this guy who's holding the rapier in one hand and his neck in the other just dodges back. His eyes are kind of going wild, and he's freaking out. But you did miss. That's your action. Do you have a bonus action or anything else?
Bonus action. Good question.
Like,
do I have a bonus action? I don't think so. I don't think Cayenne would still be around.
Edmund, can you shoot this guy?
I was gonna say I can run up real quick.
I got it if
to-
Blaznir doesn't have it, but
oh shit! I didn't even put Edmund on here.
I mean, I can run up real quick too and hit him a couple times.
Just do something quiet.
Has it been longer than an hour since the
No way. Not at all.
circus?
No, not at all.
No, it hasn't.
Oh wait, since the
Oh,
circus?
since the
Yes,
circus?
since the circus.
Yes.
I thought you were asking about your stealth thing.
No. I wanted to know if Cayenne was still around. I thought he was gone, but yeah. Yeah, I have nothing.
Okay.
Okay. Well, Edmund is there.
And we're all moving with Blaznir to keep the
Yeah.
distance.
He rolled a 16, which is just enough to hit. And 4 points of damage. God fucking damn it. Are you kidding me?
Does it kill him?
He had 5 hit points left.
Just kill him.
Yeah, he's dead. I didn't want this to go this long. I thought Blaznir was going to do it, and that's why I kept it going. But yeah, with everybody there, you all kind of run up and very quietly kill this guy, this poor man, and he falls down to the ground, dead in front of Willow.
The only bad thing is that other guard is definitely going to notice all the blood on the ground here.
We should go to jail for what just happened. Oh my god, that man suffered so
Does
much.
anybody have a way to hide this blood? No? Alright, let's get work on that.
Ichabod.
What?
Ichabod, you
It's a
prop him up.
dissertation.
I'm gonna get rid of the blood.
Alright, I prop him up like he's sleeping. Like he fell asleep.
So you're propping him up like he's
Actually,
sleeping?
I think it'd probably be better to take him with us. Put
Up to
him
you.
in the cellar.
Either
'Cause
way,
we
I'm
can
using prestidigitation to get rid of the blood.
Sweet.
Yeah, you can take a few moments to do that.
I want to walk over to the cellar door.
It does probably take a few rounds to clear away all the blood, but it doesn't take too
That's right.
long. And at that time, Ichabod, you can walk over and check out the cellar doors. The doors, like I said, it is 2 double doors at a slanted angle. It does not appear there. You don't see a chain or anything on there. There is, however, a lock on one of the sides. You're kind of glancing in there, and it's less of a. It's one of those slide locks. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
From
Okay.
From the inside.
I think so, yeah.
So I can just move it, or is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of those slide locks, like you just push it closed.
All right. So I would like to.
So not something to be picked then. Got it.
I would like to kind of slowly, slide the lock without trying to make too much noise. And then pull the door open.
And it
Slow.
does. And it does. When you pull it open, one side, you do see that there is a stone stairwell going down underneath the foundation.
All right, y'all, file in. And I'll pick up the body, and sling him over my shoulder. If he's wearing a cloak, I want to wrap the cloak around him so he's not bleeding on everything, and then throw him over my shoulder and take him with us.
Yeah. You pick him up, and he is still kind of warm and limp there, and eyes glazed over. But you wrap him around your cloak, and you pick him up. You can do so easily, and Cameron is over there prestidigitating the blood. So give me a marching order as you head down into the cellar.
I'll go second, I guess.
Whoever. I think I'll hang back and go like third or something, just in case there's somebody in there. Somebody more stealthy can walk up on him.
Oh, then I guess I'll go first.
Yeah, if you want. I just don't want us to be noticed immediately just because I'm walking down. This
Okay. I want to go either first or last. So if you're going to take the front, I'll take the back.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's go in. All right.
So you make your way down into the cellar. Willow, you're able to close the door behind you as you step in. You make your way down to about a 10-foot tall open chamber. As you step down past the stairs, you walk into this dusty, very, very cramped, mildew-smelling chamber filled with junk. There's beds and tables and racks and dressers and all sorts of things down in this. And as you're all kind of looking around and moving, you're like, you just can't help but stop and wonder by all of the crap that's down here. Most of it you see has a deep layer of dust, as though someone has not been in this area for a long time. The floors, however, you do not see any footprints or anything of that nature. The floors themselves are actually fairly clear, other than the fact that there's dust and piles underneath and around these many things down here. There's tables and chairs and all sorts of things.
So this was probably somebody else's house, and he just took it.
To your left, go ahead, Ichabod.
I was going to say this is kind of perfect that we came in here because with Pass Without Trace, we don't leave tracks in the dust. I want to throw the body under the bed shove him under there. Because if he's just missing, they'll look around for him. If they find him dead, they'll let everybody know.
Absolutely. The basement itself is completely dark. Those of you without dark vision cannot see a damn thing.
Can I hold the back of somebody's collar?
Yes.
All right. I
Whoever's.
hold whoever is the closest to me in height and can see.
Same. I'm gonna hold the.
I think only two of us can see.
Yeah,
I was gonna say we can Congo line this.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can see, and I think Shokan can see.
All right.
And
So I grab
Ed
that
can see as
Shokan
well.
turtle shell.
Okay, so Shokan and Cameron are the ones who can see, and everyone else is kind of grabbing onto them as the door closes behind.
Yep.
Shokan and Cameron, go ahead and make perception checks.
Sure.
That's a 3.
That's a 25 with a nat 20.
Your group is slowly making your way into this basement down here. And Cameron, with your nat 20, you do spot over to your left that it appears that someone had broken through one of the walls over here to the east. It seems someone has dug a tunnel through there, and your eyes can see just at the angle that past the dirt, you can see a stone wall that has been erected with iron bars over it.
I'm gonna motion to the rest of the group and slowly make my way over.
Okay.
Okay.
So we've confirmed there's nobody, it seems, in this room, right?
It
We
is
don't know.
quiet. You have not seen anybody so far. Shokan and Cameron, as the two of you walk over to the bars, you're looking past and you see a natural dug-out chamber, about 10 feet tall by close to 30 feet wide, that opens wider the farther you go. You can see that there are some shelves on the walls. You can see that there are a few implements on those shelves as well. And past that in the darkness appears to be a couple tables? No. Those are racks.
It's a torture room.
Long tables with shackles at either end. There are a couple torch sconces on the walls to either side that are unlit, and those things on the walls, now that you're looking at them, there's a lot of sharp pointy things there.
Yep.
Well, I don't really like the sound of that.
We still don't hear or see anybody.
You have not seen anybody in this area, and
Okay.
the sounds that you're hearing with your 25, yeah, you have caught an occasional footstep overhead.
Okay.
But not very many. And for the most part, it's been eerily quiet.
Okay. What about the gate? What does that look like upon closer inspection?
It is a iron barred gate, your typical jail cell. It is closed, and you kind of shake the door a little bit. It is locked.
Pull out my thieves' tools.
Can I make some kind of a check? Because Blaznir described like the layout of the house and like where the stairwells were and stuff. Can I make some kind of a check to see if I would be able to like suss out where we're at underneath the first floor?
You can make an intelligence check trying to figure out where exactly you are underneath.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm not very intelligent, but I'm going to try.
I got a 29 on the thieves' tools
I
check
got a 15.
to open the gate.
Okay, yeah. With With a 29 Thieves Tools check, you easily pick that lock, and the door swings open. With your 15 Intelligence, Ichabod, you're kind of guessing that right here... Let me see here.
I kind of more want to know where the location of the stairwell would be compared to where we are now.
You do, with your 15 Intelligence, you do recall that Blaznir had described... actually, did you ever go into the front foyer? I don't think you did. No, Blaznir actually never saw the stairs going up. Now that I'm thinking,
I have the stairs drawn because he was like going up them.
Yeah, you had stairs that went up. You never found the stairs that were down from the basement.
Oh, that went down to the basement.
Yeah,
so I want to know where the stairwell would be on the first floor.
Gotcha. Okay. You're kind of guessing that based on where he described and what you've seen from the outside, that where you are right now is probably in the dead center of the mansion. If you were above one level on the main floor, that stairwell was to the left at the far western side of the mansion.
So is that like, can you see my thing? Is that like around?
I'm actually on a different page right now. Give me 1 second here.
Am I
I'm
correct?
So go ahead and show me one more time.
I'm clicking. Is that like around in this direction? Can you see?
Yeah. Kind of around that direction is where those stairs are.
Okay, good. So
give or take, yes.
All right, I've positioned myself with my spatial awareness.
Yes.
Let's continue.
Okay. So Blaznir, the jail cell is open, and you can
Cameron.
Cameron, yeah.
I'm just gonna walk through, take a quick look.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Sure. A 10.
I'm gonna stick close by too.
Okay.
So average, not great.
Yeah, with a 10, you're kind of glancing around, looking in this room, and nothing really catches your eye. There's the two tables, the racks with shackles on them. There does appear to be some dried blood on one of them. The shelves are filled with objects that...
Does my 18 give me?
Your 18, you see quite a bit more. Most of the tools, like I said, are torture implements. Knives, shivs, use your imagination. Beyond that, as you're walking into this room, and you being very perceptive, that stone, the gem on your shell, you feel a little bit of a hum.
Okay. I'm going to kind of walk around just a little bit. Does it change depending on where I go?
Where are you going? You're walking towards the shelves, and yeah, you do feel a bit that vibration. It's faint. It's very, very faint, but it seems to be getting a little fainter as you walk that direction.
Okay, then I'm going to kind of go this way.
You can play hot and cold for about a couple minutes as you walk around, and you do notice that pulse that you're feeling, that little bit of vibration, it's faint, but it seems to be getting a little bit stronger the closer you get in this direction.
I'm going to kind of alert Cameron that I'm going to go over here and check this out. Kind of let him know what I'm feeling and stuff. But I'm going to go over here and check it out.
I'm going to mention before she does that to her that if you're feeling that and it's because of somebody else upstairs with one of these things, that they can feel it too.
Yeah,
so
we kind of confirmed that.
Too close, it will blow our cover.
Mildred Valcon said that she felt that there was like a pulse in whatever they were trying to awaken at the same time that y'all were messing around with that thing.
So you don't probably want to go over and check that out because that might let them know that we're here if they don't already know.
Okay, and with that, I'm gonna be like, right. I'm gonna come back.
If we kill him, we can come back down.
So
Check him.
I'm gonna exit and keep heading down, see if we can find the stairs.
Okay. The rest of your group's just kind of been standing there in the entryway, the little hole that has been dug out because they can't see for shit.
I would like to pull out my moon touch sword, which I believe gives me 20 feet of bright light and 20 feet of dim light.
Okay,
we're
that could definitely
making
help you
light. I'm gonna put up my produce flame.
I just wanted to make sure there was nobody in here first.
How much feet? 20, you said?
I believe it was 20 of bright and 20 of dim. Moon touch sword. It's in here somewhere. Oh, 15 feet. 15 feet of bright, 15 feet of dim.
Got it. You can do that. And Blaznir, you're setting yourself on fire too?
Sets
Yeah,
himself.
if we're putting up light, then I get 10 feet of bright and 10 feet of dim. Oh my gosh, this is so much better, guys.
Yeah, now you can see quite a bit more. And as you're moving around, you can see a bit more of this area. The dim lights cast illuminate a lot of stuff. Most of it junk, though. There's an organ, there's more tables and chairs. You can see a stack of kegs along one wall over here. And as you make your way around, down towards the end here, you can see a wall that has been built out of stone, built up in one corner, kind of giving a little bit of a V.
Matt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over to the kegs and check them out, try and see if they're empty.
Make an investigation check.
Sure.
Blaznir, how long we got on your stealth?
That's a 14, good sir.
Probably quite a while.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably only been about 20 minutes or so since you've gone down here. So plus the 5 to get here, you're probably right at about 25 minutes that you've used. You still got a little time.
We have 35 minutes left. I think it's best that we do not delay.
Yes, let's just get this over with.
With your 14 investigation, 2 of the kegs are empty and have been tapped, but 3 of them do not have taps and are currently seem to be full. There's a name that you don't recognize that I don't really have. It doesn't matter.
No, that's fine.
But there are 3 of them are full of wine.
But smells like alcohol.
Yes.
Okay. I guess I need to make an intelligence check to see whether I would know this or not, or some kind of check. I know hard liquor can burn. I don't know if wine does the same. I don't think it does.
Oh, like you can set it on fire?
Yeah.
I'm willing to just tell you straight up, no, it doesn't.
Okay, cool. Well then, that stupid idea goes out the window.
You need a very high proof to light things on fire, like the alcohol fire eaters use. Tend to be like in the 150 proof range or higher.
Yeah, that's fair. I was gonna see if I could maybe make some of it explode to just sort of destroy and demolish the house, but we don't need to do that. Cool.
All right. Cameron's over there thinking up some bad schemes. Let's get out of here. I just found the stairwell.
Thinking like a Blaznir.
Yep.
Who wants to go first? Cameron, I don't want you to get stabbed, like you said, but I also don't want to keep my sword out if it's still dark up here.
So I could potentially make some of us invisible, but at most it would be...
I'd say let's save that for the getaway. But if... Alright, I'll just take the lead. It's alright. I go up the stairs.
Sure.
Okay.
I kind of keep my sword like kind of partially sheathed, so I'm ready to put it away if I have to.
Fair enough. So go ahead and make stealth checks, all of you, as you're creeping your way up the stairs.
Ooh, 26.
18.
23.
32.
As you're making your way up.
21.
Okay. So with that, as you're making your way up, you're all keeping moderately stealthy. Definitely better with the pass without a trace that's on. You make your way halfway up, and you can see that there is a bit of light up above you, which you should be able to see. Yeah, you can see that. You peek your head around, and you find yourself into a front foyer, which you're guessing is that right there at the front door of the mansion. You can see the double doors right here, the iron wrought wood doors. There are 3 benches along walls, a couple more tables, or a table and a bunch of chairs, all kind of spread throughout.
Okay. Are there doors leading out of here?
Yes, there are. Besides the double doors right here, there is a single door here to your north.
And then these are the stairs we just came up, right? Okay. I guess we should take the doors to our north, but I got the sense we got to get through this wall or somewhere around in this general direction. So
How is the front door? How is it enclosed?
Like, what do you mean?
I mean, like it's locked.
It is closed. You can walk over there and check to see if it's locked if you want.
Sure.
And
I don't. I mostly just want to see like what kind of lock it is, that sort of thing.
Okay. So imagine double doors with those latch style handles. It's a iron panel on the 2 sides in between the center of the door with a lock to one side. Glancing over it, you can tell it is locked. The front door is locked. You do know that there was a guard guarding it on the other side of it.
How close to the door did it seem like he was?
Oh, he was like right up next to it when you passed it by.
Well, never mind then. Because I could stone shape it shut. I could also try and see if I could just screw with the lock to like mess it up in such a way that it couldn't be unlocked. But if I did either of those, he would definitely be able to hear us if he was that close to the door. So that's not going to work. So I'll just motion to Blaznir to lead us because he's the one who's been in here.
Oh yes, I know exactly where we're going. I've been in here today. After all,
Did you go in that room? I don't know if you ever did.
I don't know.
As I said, there is a door to the north, though.
I don't know if I have the map. What's going on?
You're supposed to show us which way to go.
Yeah.
Right.
I said I also have a map, but it hinges on me knowing where the stairs are. So once we get upstairs, I feel like I could get to what I presume to be his bedroom.
Okay.
Well, when you do eventually go over to check that northern door, it is not locked. It doesn't even have a lock. These are your standard interior doors. Are you just going to open it and go through? What are you doing? That's more what I'm asking.
I slowly crack the door and look in.
When you do open the door and look in, you find a gathering chamber, a nice plush carpet going from one side of the door to another here in the north. There are a pair of statues, ornately carved stone things to either side of it. There are a couple more benches and tables throughout this room. There are quite a few doors. One here, one here, one here.
Oh, I can't see you.
And one here. Can't see him?
No. Are you on the GM one, maybe?
I am. My bad.
GM layer?
Yep.
I do that all the time.
Right here, right here, right here, and right here. Those are all of the doors.
I had gotten the sense that the stairs were somewhere over here, right?
Yes.
Okay, I want to go through this door right here. Slowly open the door.
Slowly opening the door, still using the same stealth rolls we've rolled previously. You do come into a room that appears to be just a standard hallway with a weapons rack to one side. There's a pair of shields and a pair of swords that, as you look them over, are probably more for show than for functional use.
Shitty swords.
There is a door right over here. It is not locked as well.
How nice do those swords look? Like,
What?
And as
That's the sound of the door open.
you open the door to find the stairwell, a long, winding stone staircase going upwards with a statue of a man made of stone standing in it. You, Ichabod, would recognize this as Toviar.
Ah, the scholar. I see. I look at him long and hard. I think Ichabod, to dive into his religious philosophy, he thinks Toviar is a controversial character.
Do you?
So,
What's that?
yeah, because he like released magic to everybody to prevent his sister from having it, which is like good, but also causes a lot of chaos in the world. So if I'm somebody who prefers the world to be simple and have all the humans live in their happy space, all the magic in the world is kind of all these other races and all the other, So he
Especially
introduced
considering that
chaos.
a lot of the other races are heavily innately magical,
Yeah,
while humans
exactly.
are not.
So in my mind, he's like, there's value to his teachings, but he is kind of controversial because he introduced a lot of chaos into the lives of, in my vision, the original humans who were here first. So
I dig it.
So I just kind of look at him, but I'm not going to give him the same respect that I give Bowers. And then I'm going to start going up these stairs.
Yeah, so as you're heading up the stairs, let's go ahead and make another stealth checks, everybody.
alright. 21.
Ooh, that's my nat 1. 13.
13.
Uh-oh.
Solid
35.
13.
Give me that guidance.
I can't after you rolled.
Yeah. Ichabod is clanking pretty heavily up those stairs. Maybe that the statue of Toviar over there kind of affected him more than he was thinking.
I'm thinking about philosophy now, and I'm not focused and present in the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. But eventually you do make your way up to the upper landing of the stairwell. There you find a small platform of stone, a single door here to the east.
All right. So from here, we're going to go into the next room, and then it is a door. I think it's the only door on the left. So we'll go straight up, take a left, and then I believe that should be his bedroom. It seemed important. At least there's a chest in the closet there. So
Yes, I know exactly what the layout because it was like this morning. I shouldn't forget things that easily.
when we go through, from my drawing, it says when we go through, there's going to be a door to the right that leads to a bedroom and has a door to a bathroom. And then if we go straight on the left, there will be a bedroom with a bathroom and a closet and a chest in the closet. And then you go around a corner and there's a big long hallway and shit. So I guess we'll see.
Okay. Well, the door, as most of these, is not locked. It does open outward.
Hey, Matt.
Into the hall. Yes.
Sorry to interrupt. I just didn't want to interrupt anyone else. When we start getting closer to what we believe is his room, I want to soak my syringe in the purple worm poison.
Ooh.
Purple worm poison, huh?
I think he bought it.
Yeah, I have 2 of 3 uses left.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, wait. It has multiple uses?
You said I can coat my sword 3 times with it.
Okay. Sure. Why not? So you open the door very slowly using the stealth rolls that you just made, and as you open it and peek around, you do see that in the corner towards one side of the hallway. You're all peeking through right now, and you can see that there is a guard sitting on a stool with his back against the wall here in the corner of this hallway. He has a knife in his hand and a piece of wood, and he seems to be whittling something in his hand. So his head does not look up. You just kind of opened the door and peeked outward a little bit through it. But his head does not look up. He is sitting there, however.
I immediately take a step to the side and say, well, y'all can go first. There's a man down the hallway. Far end, facing us, but not looking.
You keep the door open when you're saying this?
No. I think I walk to the side and then I kind of whisper it. And then I'm going to also sheath my sword.
Okay.
Put out my flame.
Shokan.
Shokan could do it. Anybody but me.
Anybody have a
I'm
ranged? Do we want to do ranged first, or do you want me to just run down there?
I'm gonna make you invisible.
Okay.
And then you are going in there, and you will have but a moment to beat the life out of him.
But first,
I get 4 attacks, so
If you fail, we will be discovered.
yeah, you could make 2 people invisible if you like, but I would say, Shokan, when you first walk over there invisible, take a look to your left and make sure there's not another guard down that hallway. Who's gonna watch?
I can go with.
I think you should be behind, just kind of waiting to see how it goes, so you can jump in.
The more people that I make invisible, the more costly it would be.
That's true. But it's up to you, so...
I'm gonna spend a 2nd level slot and make Shokan invisible.
Okay. You cast invisible on Shokan, and she disappears. So who's opening the door?
It's all you, girl.
okay, I guess. Do I have to make a stealth check again?
I'll open the door for her, I guess.
Okay, so I want you, who is ever opening the door, to make a stealth check.
Yeah.
So they're doing to try to do this quietly.
Sure.
Shokan, you get well, you don't really need to make a stealth check. You're just invisible.
35.
Oh yeah, no problem. You very quietly open this door. Just enough, but you do have to open it quite a bit because Shokan's pretty damn big.
Yeah.
But luckily we don't have any lights.
But yeah, you don't have any lights on in this moment, and Shokan is able to slip through the door very quietly before you close it once again.
So it's like GoldenEye 64, and I'm that a-hole who's playing Oddjob, even though everybody said no Oddjob.
Sure, I get that reference.
That's a really niche reference, so that's for you in the audience there.
Yep, absolutely.
You get the reference, make a comment, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. Shokan, what are you doing now that you're on the other side of the door?
Well, I'm going to, quietly walk down this way.
You can see that the door on your left there, and there's a door on your right here.
Okay, I'm going to leave them for now, because I don't want to alert anybody to my presence. I'm just going to kind of go down here. And I'm going to, stop here and peek down this way. Do I see anybody, anything?
Make a perception check.
It's a big fat 9.
That hallway is completely clear. There is nobody down it. You can see that there's a door right here and a door right here.
Okay, with that, I don't see anybody, so I'm gonna attack this guy. So I get advantage since that's a sneak attack?
Yep, you get advantage because you are invisible and this is a sneak attack.
Okay, I'm gonna... I think I'm just gonna use my brass knuckles. I feel like that's gonna be the quietest way. So I'm gonna attack.
Maybe a throat punch.
Oh, yeah, that was supposed to be. Okay, never mind.
Yep.
So that's 27, which I'm assuming hits.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
For 9 damage.
So just completely caught off guard, this guard who's standing there whittling something in his hands just is immediately punched to the side of his head by a gigantic turtle that just appears right next to him. 9 points of damage.
Okay, I'm gonna hit him again. Do I still get advantage?
Yeah. Why not?
Okay. There's a second attack for 24, which I'm assuming hits.
Oh yeah.
For another 10.
Okay, another 10. Second punch clobbers this guy. His head just goes flying to the side.
Okay, I'm assuming he's not dead yet.
He's
so
not dead now.
I'm flurry of blows on this guy. That's a 13.
13 is not enough, unfortunately.
Okay, and then last one is another 24.
24 does hit.
For 11.
11 more points of damage. You clean this guy's clock a third time. His head goes around. He is still up, however, wobbling. His jaws to one side definitely broken. You can see some cuts and scrapes along the side of his face from those knuckles, but he is still up, and I need everybody to now roll for initiative.
Hey, he's hurt at least. Very, very badly.
All I care about is whether he can scream.
And of course, I roll shit for initiative.
Okay, Jedi 420 here is saying GoldenEye 64 is now a 25-year-old reference. That joke has been able to drink for 4 years now.
But you got the reference, so you win the prize.
Yeah. Anesthetic is actually redeeming an extra turn for Brandie.
Whoa!
So for Shokan. So you know what?
Get him again.
I'm gonna say, yeah, you're gonna get to go first before Cameron.
Sick.
Awesome. Okay, well, at this point, I mean, I'm not stealthy anymore, so I'm going to quarterstaff him. Oh, wait, I don't get advantage anymore, though.
No, you do not, but still a 21 hits.
Okay, 21, that's 8 damage.
You should still be being stealthy, though.
What's that?
Because you said, I'm not stealthy anymore, so... But there's still other people sleeping in the house.
Oh, well, I meant invisible.
Regarding him. Okay.
Well, so here's the thing. Once you appear, you're no longer being stealthy. You can use your action to hide.
I'm talking about, like, just not, like, she was punching him because punching is quieter than, like, stabbing him through with a sword or whatever. So that was the idea.
Yeah, but you with the 21 with the quarterstaff, you reach her head over and just clang it down over the top of this guy's head.
So
he is still up, but he ain't looking great.
I get an extra attack. That's another 21 for 10.
Yeah. Go ahead and describe this. He only had 14 hit points left.
Nice.
I feel like I just smack him upside the head a couple times. Oh, hit one side of my quarterstaff, turn, hit him with the other side, and he kind of slumps over.
Yeah.
Never let go of that whatever it was he was whittling. And that's still insane.
When he falls over, can I just catch him and set him back upright?
Well, you're nowhere near. Yeah, with all that, you pummel this guy's head in, just caving a part of his skull. He falls down, slumps in that chair. The knife that's in his hand and the piece of wood drops out of his hand onto the floor. And as you're looking down on it, you realize, I think he was trying to create a dog.
Does it look bad?
Ears and snout, and it's like half carved, but you can see where he's starting to work on the body, but it's not quite done yet.
Nor will it ever be.
I pick it up and just stash it away in my monk robe.
It's mine now. Trophies.
Yeah, absolutely. But the rest of you, you don't really need turn order anymore, but for the rest of you, you did hear Shokan clanging this guy with her quarterstaff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, then I'm gonna come into the room.
In that case, I'm going to draw my Moon Touch longsword so I can see again.
There.
They heard it. I just want to be speedy.
Yes, that's I don't like not being able to see. It's not fun.
And I want to walk up.
Did Blaznir? Did you do your fire?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to cast on my heavy plate as well, man.
Okay, so you head over to that one door.
Head right over to that door. And then before I open it, I'm going to cast Bless on me, Edmund, and Cameron.
Yeah.
There you go. And then I'm going to turn the handle and open the door.
I've been touched by the Father, and I like it.
As you open the door and
Empty.
throw it open, you find an empty bedroom.
Hmm.
There's a bureau and a chest of drawers. There's a bookshelf and a bed, a chair, a table with a few odds and ends, and a fireplace that does have a roaring fire currently going inside of it. There are two doors, one here and one here.
Oops.
But apart from that, the first thing that you do see is the fact that there is nobody in this room.
Here.
I quickly speed walk over to this door, and I'm going to throw this door open. But, well, I'm going to open it. Not going to throw it, but...
Okay. And as you push open the door, you do find what Blaznir had described previously.
Chest.
Couple of weapons racks, and a small table with a mirror on it.
But nobody.
But nobody is in this room.
I'm going to peek my head out and say, somebody check that other door.
Where's the other door?
It's like right over here.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll check that one, I guess.
Okay, while this is going on, Blaznir, what are you doing?
I'm just kind of keeping an ear out behind through this other hallway, making sure no one's walking down.
Make a perception check.
All right.
Willow, what are you doing?
I'm by
Is it
Ichabod. Just sorry, I couldn't think of your name for a second. I'm by Ichabod, helping him out.
With what?
Yeah, I'm not really doing it.
If you say you're opening the door, so if something came out the other side, that way you had someone with you.
Cameron's opening the door, so be over
Okay.
here because I already opened this one.
Yeah, feel free to move your token wherever you want to be, Willow.
But if you're looking over Cameron's shoulder, that would be good.
But Cameron, as you do open the door, you find the washroom as previously described, a porta potty and little wooden thing with the lid on it, with a chamber pot underneath, and a big stone basin to one side filled with water.
Mm-hmm.
But no guy.
But
All right. In that case, Cameron, come over here and open this chest. Is there a lock on the chest?
Blaznir, with your 25 perception, you do not see anybody coming down the hall. It's still fairly quiet. You do hear something with the 25. It's really hard to make out. It's almost like, the sound that, like, when you're really quiet in a hall and you can hear a bit of white noise somewhere in the distance, but you're not sure if you're hearing it or if it's just your ears playing tricks on you.
Yeah, it's a blood flow.
Yeah, it's you're kind of getting the sense of that.
That's annoying.
The chest that you're in front of Ichabod is locked.
All right. That's my cue.
Okay, I'm going to go stand by the front, by this door.
Okay.
Where I can see everybody.
Okay, so it's not so good. 28.
Ichabod, you can still see the dead guy slumped in his chair over there, and Blaznir peeking around the corner of the hallway. The rest of the group's kind of inside there, looking around. Edmund's actually over by the bookshelf, looking at the books. Cameron, with your 28, you slide in your thieves' tools, working around, and very nimbly pick that lock. As you do, you feel a pinprick shoot out from the lock and into your hand. I need you to make a con saving throw, please.
Why is there not a skill for that anymore?
What?
Oh, well, I guess it would have just been perception.
Yeah, it would have been perception.
Yeah, well, it's the same either way. Save or con check. 13.
Okay. Yeah, that is a failure, unfortunately. With a 13, you feel this little prick bite into your hand, and you look down for it for a second, surprised, as blood begins to just well up a little bit out of it, like a needle prick. However, the moment it does, you feel burning going down across your arm, and it hurts. You take 13 points of poison damage, and you feel your body just rigidly seize up. You are unable to move. You are currently paralyzed.
Cameron, how's it going in there? Here's nothing.
Get no response.
I feel like would I have seen him kind of seize up like where I'm at?
What's your passive perception?
Come on, Cameron, we should get moving.
Is there something
That would
happening?
be 11.
That would be 11. So what you saw, Shokan, from where you were standing, I imagine you're kind of just looking at the chest of drawers there in front of you. You do notice that Cameron kind of bends over and is looking and is working on the chest. But that's really all you see. You see him working on the chest and then just stop.
It's too bad I can't try and turn that into a success.
I'm gonna walk over to check on Cameron, to peek my head in there, and I see him just kind of stiff. Cameron? I kind of shake him a little bit, and then I just kind of sigh and I say, "Listen, buddy, shake it off," and I pat him on the back and I cast Lesser Restoration.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a horrible time to sleep on the job.
Go ahead and pop up Lesser Restoration.
Alright.
I forgot we have a second healer. So nice.
Shake it off, buddy. Happens all the time, I should have thought about it, but you're fine.
Yeah, absolutely. You bend down and kind of pat him, and you cast Lesser Restoration, which does remove the condition paralyzed. So, Cameron, you just feel someone patting you on the back, and then this jolt of warm energy comes flowing through you, and your body begins to loosen once again.
Yeah, I think we're going to need you.
Here's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Cameron would have been smart enough to check it for traps, but since Ichabod told him to open it, he automatically assumed that Ichabod had checked for traps.
Yes. All right.
Hey, you spin it however you want, buddy.
I look inside the chest.
Okay. Opening the chest, you find 4 sacks. Leather sacks, closed together with drawstrings.
4 leather sacks. Do you want to check the sacks for traps? I look at Cameron.
Sure. I'll check the sacks for traps.
Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation check. And I just saw what you said.
Right.
You can give someone inspiration if you want, but they don't need it.
They're trap sacks?
As near as you can tell, there are no traps.
All right.
I'm going to open one of them.
I open the one all the way on the other side of the one that he opens.
Okay, Ichabod and Cameron both reach out to grab those sacks to open them up, and as they do, they both transform into mimics and bite your hand! Ah!
They're trapped! Trap sacks!
No.
Who keeps a box of mimics?
No,
Hey, wait. If they're small enough to fit into that chest,
no.
then I'm going to try and train one to be my familiar.
I
Tiny mimic familiar.
am kidding, by the way.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I wasn't serious.
Yeah.
What
That's
you?
boring.
Yeah. Oh, you
Wait.
want to fight him? I'll do
no,
the fight. No,
no.
we'll set up the fight. Let's do it.
Nope. Not unless I can turn one of them into my familiar. No, thank you.
I mean,
Blaznir's not even in the room right now. So
what you do
mimics.
find, however, is sacks of coin. 3 of them are filled with gold, and 1 of them filled with platinum. They're all probably handful size sacks of coins.
All right.
So
We'll stick
anybody
them in
got
the
some kind
haversack and keep moving.
Yeah, I was about to say we got an interdimensional sack or something.
Okay, 3 sacks of gold, 1 sack of platinum.
Can I
count that shit later?
Before we end, can I look around this room and see if I can try to determine if it gives vibes of being Portlion's room?
Yeah, absolutely. And
Or
I'm also going to mention, besides the mirror that was on the table over here, there are 2 weapon racks that I had described previously. There are 2 long swords and a battle axe on this one, and there's 2 shields and a spear on this one here.
Can I roll insight to do this check?
Yeah, you
Cool.
can definitely roll an insight and check this out.
It's a 19.
So with the 19 insight, you had seen on one of those shields, there was gold filigree around a black background and 5 stars on the center of it, very ornately.
Oh yeah, that's why I thought it was his room.
Yeah, that's why you thought this was his room. As far as the rest of the room, this is definitely a very nice room. The bed is made, the sheets are linen. Just glancing at the clothes, you see quite a bit of finery, at least enough to imagine that this guy is fairly well-to-do. So that is a fairly good guess that this is probably Portlion's room.
So that means Portlion is up and walking about. He's not sleeping.
Anyone have detect magic?
Or at least he's not in this room here, so who knows?
I have locate object, but I have not actually seen Sir Portlion to know what he carries or whatnot, so I don't think it would help us.
But yeah, this is I think this is a great place to end things for this evening.
Sure.
Because it's almost 6 o'clock. So thank you to everybody who watched. We absolutely appreciate everyone tuning in. Check us out next Monday to find out what happens with the Debauchery Circus as they continue to explore the mansion of Sir Portlion and hopefully find him. So once again, thank you for watching.
Awesome.
Have a great evening. And
Bye-bye.
we'll see you next week. Good night.
Bye.